Greetings everyone, it's Michael Anastasiadis here, mortgage advisor from Bosanoff Mortgages, Mortgages Made Easy, coming to you live with your weekly mortgage and interest rate update, following from the OCR announcement yesterday, which was unchanged. And a lot of you will have noticed on your internet banking today, for those of you that have got your mortgages coming up for refixing and you can fix online, that still there's been no change to the fixed rates or floating rates because no one's moved. And why would they? There was no change to the OCR yesterday, so there's no change to the online fixed rates, and so far none of the banks have indicated any movement. Now, like I said yesterday, as soon as I've got an update or hear anything different, I'll be sharing that with you. So the best I've seen out there is 4.89 for 1 year, 4.85 for 18 months, 4.92 for 2 years, and 4.99 now for 3 years. They're the best rates out there. Now, following what the Reserve Bank said yesterday, that once inflation's back within the band, because they're expecting it to spike up to the higher end of the band to 3% at some stage, once it's well within 2%, that's when we can expect to see cuts again. Now, there's speculation. I've seen some people say that could be as early as the next OCR review on the 20th of August. Some others have said it might not happen till then one after that, on 8th of October. And some others have said that it might not happen until next year. So when there'll be another OCR cut, no one knows. So with all the global uncertainty around the place, very hard to say, to predict that. But one thing is that everyone's in unison and saying is that it looks like we are at the bottom of the, or nearing the end of the rate cuts to this cycle. And it's now going to be, how much does the Reserve Bank need to cut to stimulate the economy? Because it feels like economic growth isn't happening and the government is not doing any of the heavy lifting. They're not spending any money. In fact, they're still trying to cut and keep things within budget. So it looks like monetary policy is going to have to do a lot of the work. But the Reserve Bank will only be prepared to cut so much. So it's currently 3.25. Will they cut it to 3? Yes. 2.75, maybe. 2.5, unlikely, but you never know. Either way, even if they did cut the OCR down to 2.5%, the banks ain't going to drop your fixed rates by 0.75% what they're offering now. So that's one thing I can tell you. But I'll be giving you the updates as it happens, but no changes at this stage from any of the big banks to any of their floating or fixed rates. With mortgages, what I'm seeing, a lot of activity still happening. We're helping a lot of buyers, predominantly first home buyers and people that are using this opportunity to play musical chairs to sell their house and upsize to a bigger house. So that's predominantly what we're dealing with at the moment. First home buyers are having a field day out there. There's some good properties being picked up for some good prices. So if you can get your affairs in order, very good time to be buying. Also, like I do every month, helping lots of people that don't have that 20% deposit, but we're doing a dummy application to make sure the numbers work for their bank. So then they can go out there and look to buy a property with confidence. Of course, it's got to be conditional, subject to finance and other conditions, but we've helped a few people do that over the last few weeks and months, and I don't see that changing, because basically the property market in Wellington, I think, is going to be flat for some time. And that's what I said before. Government is not spending, they're not pumping money into the public sector. Those projects aren't there. So, you know, it's still painful for a lot of Wellingtonians. And that creates opportunities for others. So if you want to look to be in a position to buy, especially in spring, now's the time to be chatting with me. Now's the time to be cleaning up your accounts, making sure there's no unarranged overdrafts, that the accounts are looking good, that all the afterpay, buy now, pay later, that's closed off and gone. Your loans are gone. You're closing off your multi-credit cards or other higher purchases, they're gone, so that the accounts are looking as good as possible, that we're getting some savings in there so that you can be in the best possible position to buy come spring and summer. Anyway, guys, if you want to know more, you've got all my details here. Feel free to get in touch. Otherwise, safe and warm and dry wherever you are, and we'll be in touch maybe with a funny video. Ka kite, guys. Have a great evening.